Welcome to the Mike White Podcast, where I, Mike White, share my conversations and book reviews through my journey to learn all that goes on in this amazing world. Buckle up and enjoy the ride.
All right, welcome to the Mike White Podcast. Today, episode will be football focused. So we're driving back right now. I'm here with my dad, but we're driving back from Vegas. And the last about 14 years, my dad and his two brothers would go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. Now we've shifted it to a weekend with more games, either the conference championship or the weekend before that where there's 4. But there with my cousin, pretty much all the guys in our family that want to go or are able to go head out to Vegas annually. And, you know, we make some bets, watch some football, and it's a great time. So I want to get our picks documented just for future reference to see how this goes, and this will be a little tradition to make a podcast there in Vegas. So the initial intro in the hotel that we were watching in got cut off, but it'll start off with my cousin, Tyler White, and he's going to make his predictions. The 2 games, the first game where the Niners were playing in Philadelphia, they're playing the Eagles, and then the second game was the Bengals playing in Kansas City. So you'll see our picks and see who's maybe won the most or lost the most. Hope you all enjoy.
I would say that I have Eagles winning, being at home. Jalen Hurts is 13-1 this year as a starter. Brock Purdy, rookie, big environment. Would rather have my money on a more experienced team, but could see either team winning, truthfully. But I'm going to go Eagles.
Are you thinking Purdy's going to throw some picks or just not going to make any impact at all?
I think Shanahan will probably have the reins on him to where he's not going to let him kind of mess up the game because it's a big game. So whether he throws a pick or just doesn't perform that well, I don't think Shanahan will let him be as loosey-goose as he wants to probably be because he knows good defense, all those things.
So what are your official bets for
I have
that one?
Eagles parlayed with the Chiefs next game. And then I have Brandon Ayuk, who's a receiver for the Niners. I have his under receiving yards. I think it's at like 54.5 or something like that. And then I have Christian McCaffrey's rushing yards over. I know that coincides with what I picked. But Elijah Mitchell's out. Our Eagles' run defense isn't great. I think they're going to lean heavily on McCaffrey being Purdy's rookie QB. He breaks one, he gets it. So I got those 3.
So you have a lot of faith in the Eagles offense than over the Niners defense?
I would see that side of the ball is going to be not great either, but I just think 49ers might get lucky to put 13 on the board. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Put 13? You don't think that's all they're going to score is 13?
I would say it's a low-scoring game. Niners, I would say, are around 13.
Wow.
Like, if they got to 20, I'd be impressed.
Wow.
I don't think they definitely don't get into the 30s.
Uncle Dirk, what's your picks for this one?
Definitely not 49ers, but I think it's I think that everybody's sort of waiting for the grenade of Purdy to just finally explode, saying this kid can't keep doing the 7-0. And I think Philly says we're going to do everything we can to stop the run. We're going to make him throw. And I actually think that plays into that. I think the Cowboys actually started that, and they came out the first 2, and they didn't run the ball, and they threw both times. So I'm thinking Purdy's going to do what he's been doing, have poise the entire time, and I've got the 49ers on a futures bet to win the Super Bowl, and I've also, same as Ty on Christian McCaffrey, that's got to get 60 yards, and that's the other bet. But I say the Niners take this game by 7.
Niners by 7.
Yeah.
And your second game, AFC?
Yeah, Bengals and over, and I would only do that. I was probably going to do Mahomes the entire time if they were doing, but with his injury, I still think it's going to be Bengals.
Bengals and over, and I think it's 48 is the point spread we got.
Is that the over under 40? It's 48. Yeah, 47.5, 48. I think.
I would agree.
Something like
What
that.
scares me about that game is I don't think the Chiefs defense can stop the Bengals either. So if I had to pick, I'd say the over of that game. You have the over?
I got the over.
I got the over.
Yeah.
See, I would say the over for that game too. I just don't. The Chiefs defense is very, very overrated. Not very good. So we'll see what happens. But
Well, they've never stopped him even in the previous 3 or 4 meetings. Never stopped Burrow.
And I know Uncle Ben, you're losing your voice out here after some not super great sleep here in Vegas. But what do you got for your picks?
I got the Eagles. I think the Eagles will do well, but I am impressed with both defenses. But I do hope Brock Purdy does well. But I just think being at home, like Tyler White said, I just think being at home, Hurts doesn't have a lot of experience, but he has more than Purdy, and I think the defense for Philly's going to actually thrive. I think they're going to thrive. So.
All right.
I think the defense, the 49ers, is going to thrive also. I think they're both good defensive. I think Shanahan is going to somehow force Jalen Hurts to throw a little bit more than he's used to, and I don't think Hurts can throw. I'm not a Jalen Hurts fan, so I think if Jalen Hurts doesn't complete any passes or many passes, I don't think they have much of a chance. That's the way I look at that. I think he's going to force Jalen Hurts to beat him in the air. If he does, he does.
I think the same thing because I've always seen Hurts just if he doesn't have anyone open, he tucks it and runs, and no one can stop him on the ground.
Right.
He's always positive yardage.
That's gonna be a fun aspect of watching when he's probably not gonna have those check downs. He's gonna have to take off and run, and then the linebackers of 49ers they're the studs. Those guys are. So it's gonna be fun to watch how they can handle and contain him.
Oh yeah. So Dad, what picks do you have?
I had 49ers in the points, and then the second I just did the over because I really don't know who's going to win that game, Mahomes and Burrow. If Mahomes wasn't hurt, I would think the Chiefs had a big edge. But since he's kind of hurt, I didn't know who's going to win, and Burrow's really good. So I just took the over just to hedge.
Over. And Tyler Lobe over there, I know you have the Eagles and the Bengals. Is that right?
Yeah, I work in college athletics, so I can't bet, but
that's who you're rooting for?
That's who I'm rooting for.
All right.
Yes.
Well, and so those are all our picks for today. Michael, I don't know if you're rooting for a team, if you have any.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right. A little more Sean Lynch action. And the last thing I wanted to cover is we had some big quarterback debates. So top 5 quarterbacks, and I think after all this conversation, I've decided we have the answer that the best quarterback, without a doubt, is Patrick Mahomes, and then Josh Allen,
Or Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
What are you going to do if Joe Burrow wins this? Do you trade and put him above Josh Allen?
I have Josh Allen still. I would take Josh Allen.
I'd still take. I need to see Burrow win a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying, but if he wins here.
If he wins Super Bowl, I think Burrow's right there with Mahomes.
I would change mine if he won a Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
And then Rodgers, Tyler, is he 4?
Yeah.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
And then the 5th.
That'd be my order right
Fifth
now.
is tough.
Yeah, the 5th is tough. I think Hurts after the season. I think Hurts has to be up there, but
I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence.
I would agree. Trevor Lawrence right now with his talent. But if Jalen Hurts gets to the Super Bowl or even wins it, then
Yes, I agree. If Jalen Hurts wins this game, he'll move up for me.
I'll put him up above Trevor Lawrence.
Me too.
See, I wouldn't even put. I mean, I like Hurts, but I mean, he's playing against a rookie quarterback, and his defense is already good.
But this
So it's
defense
hard.
is really good. And if he does well and doesn't turn the ball over and protects it and
I
just
get
does
that.
what he does,
That's true.
Just
And
not do what Dak did.
Yeah.
Don't do
So
what
is
Dak
this
did.
blasphemous? But is Brady just middle of the pack now? Brady's not even in the conversation of the top 5 quarterbacks.
I would
not
say
after
so.
this year, I would agree.
Yeah.
Not after this year.
I agree.
And I think you have to put it in. Is it a whole season or a single game? If I had one game Super Bowl, I would put Brady in the top
Yeah.
5.
Top
I
five.
would,
Yeah.
I would too.
True.
So, but
We're talking about next year.
Yeah, next year you're doing the whole season.
And also, if you're asking who's the best or to ever play, Brady's got to be number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lamar and Stafford deserve to be in the conversation, probably. Those are
For
the
top
two.
5?
For top 5. I mean, like not top 5, but the 5th spot maybe.
And then last question, you guys take. Where's Tom Brady going to play next year? We call our group TV12 because we always get bit in the ass for betting against Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady, every time we bet against him, he always wins. So he's the GOAT. Where's he going to be next year?
I don't know. I think it's the family side would say Miami, but you got the Tua situation. But the the head coach of Raiders and hooking him back up with McDaniels and getting back upset with tied with his old success moment, or McDaniels, yes.
Back here in Vegas?
Yeah. Those are the two that are in the.
I was gonna say verbatim.
Yeah.
What Doctor said.
I say Vegas or Dallas.
Dallas. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
I'll take that. I'll take
take
Dallas.
that.
I was just thinking of something else. I saw an ESPN thing this morning how Sean Payton might go back to New Orleans. Is there a chance he takes Brady with him?
I didn't hear any of those.
Yeah. I mean,
Sean Payton is still in the hunt or had an interview or still.
Yeah, he's free agent.
I think he's definitely going to be coach.
He's under contract with the Saints, so if
That's
he goes
what-
anywhere,
that's what it
the
was
Saints will
about.
have to let him go.
Yeah.
They want a draft pick for him.
All right, guys. Well, game's coming up here soon. Thanks for doing the podcast, and we'll see how it goes. We'll have it on record, and we'll do it again next year.
Go Niners.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Mike White Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Mike White Pod, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all have a great day.